Jesus, betrayed by Judas in the garden, had been taken before Caiaphas, the high priest, who accused him of blasphemy and treason against God. And yes, Peter did deny his Lord, just as Jesus said he would. From there, Jesus was taken to Pontius Pilate in the hall of judgment. The Roman governor who was asked to judge Jesus for being a threat to the Roman Empire. Pilate had Jesus scourged and beaten to try and appease the wrath of the crowd. But he could find no fault in him, so he washed his hands of the whole matter. But the crowd would not relent. They had taken Jesus away to be crucified. Now, there is no doubt that Jesus knew the horrors of a crucifixion. He and his disciples had probably seen many criminals hanging in agonizing torment during their journey across the land. Death by crucifixion, you see, was the most effective way for the Romans to maintain their rule over the rebellious Jews. And to the Jewish people, it was the most shameful means of death under Levitical law. The Romans had several methods of crucifixion. For a quicker and more merciful death, the victim was nailed upside down on an X-shaped cross. Most criminals were forced to walk with a large, heavy log strapped to their shoulders to the place of their execution, and then, along with the log, they were hoisted up and hung on an upright pole, legs dangling free, where they died, usually from exposure. Now, for Jesus, the most excruciating, the worst possible punishment lie ahead for him. For those criminals that threatened the rule of the Romans, this is what lie ahead. They took Jesus. They gave him a cross to carry, at least one near his own body weight, a cross that he may have struggled with even if he was in good health and in full strength. But remember, he had been beaten and scourged to the point of near death. He was forced to drag the shameful cross through the uneven, narrow streets, past the people who still mocked and ridiculed him, past those who wept for him, until finally he reached his destination, Golgotha, the place of the skull.
Down the Via Dolorosa in Jerusalem that day, the soldiers tried to clear the narrow streets, but the crowd pressed in to see a man condemned to die on Calvary. He was bleeding from a beating, there were stripes upon his back, and he wore a crown of thorns upon his head, and he bore with every step the scorn of those who cried out for his death. Down the Via Dolorosa, called the way of suffering, like a lamb came the Messiah, Christ the King. But he chose to walk that road out of his love for you and me. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way to Calvary. Down the Via Dolorosa. Soldiers try to clear the narrow street, but the crowd pressed in to see a man condemned to die on Calvary. Down the Via Dolorosa, called the way of suffering, like a lamb came the Messiah, Christ the King. But he chose to walk that road out of his love for you and me. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way to Calvary. The blood that would cleanse the souls of our men made its way through the heart of Jerusalem. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way of suffering, like a lamb came the Messiah, Christ the King. But he chose to walk that road out of his love for you and me. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way to
My body. This is my body, broken for you. This place, Golgotha, I have seen it from high above the city. Oh, Jerusalem, I have wept for you just days ago. Then you greeted me as your king. And now, weep not for me, daughters of Jerusalem. Weep instead for yourselves and your children. Father, I am laid bare before you, alone. The pain, these nails, just as my father, Joseph, taught me to make. My people, they have become less anxious now. They seem satisfied. Oh, Father, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do.
You said you would destroy the temple and raise it up in 3 days. you truly are the Son of God, come down from there. You see, he's nothing more than a man.
He said he trusted in God, now that God was able, if he would have him.
It is so dark, so lonely. These men looking for a prize.
The darkest star in history, I can't believe my eyes. Before me hangs the Lamb of God. I watch as all of creation cries, and I'm the one to blame. I caused all the pain. He gave himself the day he wore my crown. He brought me love that only he could give. I brought him cause to cry, and though he taught me how to live, I only sat and watched him die, and I'm the one to blame. I caused all the pain. He gave himself the day he wore my crown. He could have told his heavenly Father and take me away. Please take me away. He could have said, I'm not guilty, and I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna stay. But he walked right through the gate, and then on up the hill. And as he fell beneath the weight, he cried, Father, not my will. And I'm the one to blame. I caused all the pain. He gave himself the day he wore my crown.
these men looking for a prize. If only they knew the prophecy. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, where are you? Why have you forsaken me?
Woman, this is your son. Behold, the mother.
Oh, the agony, the filth of all time, all this sin. I have borne it once and for all. Father, into your hands I commend my spirit.
It is finished!
Is this the boy I raised? Is this the son I knew? Is this the one I loved? Why can't they love him too? What has my son ever done to you? Has he caused you some pain? As I recall, all he showed was love. Why can't you show him the same? This is the boy I raised. This is the son I knew. This is the one I loved. Why can't they love him too? What can I do, my son? Why can't they see what I know? Is this the way it must be? Is this the way you must go? I'd gladly die in your place if I could save you some pain. But I can see in your face my death would not be the same. You are the boy I knew. You are the son I knew. You are the one I loved.
Why can't you love him too?
Wait! You must not leave the body hanging there on the Sabbath. It is against our custom.
Yes, you must quicken his death. Break his legs.
He's dead already.
CAG, this Roman has just fulfilled prophecy about the Messiah. He keeps all of his bones, not one is broken.
And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced.
Your love endured the cross, despising all the shame. That afternoon when midnight fell, your suffering cleared my name, and that sin-swept hill became the open door to paradise, because you paid so high a price.
You paid much too high a price for me. Your tears of love will pay to have my soul just stirred at times, yet never truly changed. You deserve a fiery love that won't ignore your sacrifice, because you paid much too high a price.
Your grace inspires my heart to rise above the sin and all the earthly vanities that seek to draw me in. I want to tell this greater world of love that truly
Saved my life.
is finished. It 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 was finished. Life, as I had shared it with my loved ones on this earth, was over. There was no large gathering of mourners, as there was when Lazarus slept. In fact, the only person who stood by my tomb was not a mourner at all. It was a guard. Pilate had posted one of his soldiers to guard my tomb in case any of my followers returned to steal my body, thinking that they would try to fabricate some miraculous resurrection in order to keep their beliefs alive. Had it not been for Joseph of Arimathea, my body may have been stolen, not by my disciples, but by the Jewish leaders, or perhaps the Romans themselves, to crush any hope of a resurrection. Joseph had been aware of these rumors, and had petitioned Pilate for the release of my body into his custody. You see, Joseph of Arimathea was a wealthy man, a member of the Sanhedrin, a sect that had not supported my ministry, but they also did not support my death, as did most other Jews. And, although in secret because of his position, Joseph was one of my followers. His love for me kept me from the final indignation of a crucifixion, burial in a mass grave. He owned a private sepulchre in the side of a hill near Golgotha, and together with Nicodemus, carefully prepared my body for burial according to our custom, and sealed me in this unused tomb. I was alone. My mother, Mary, had been taken to the home of John, and there she would spend her remaining years under his care. Mary Magdalene had gone with them to mourn. Caiaphas, the chief priests and elders, continued with their ceremonial duties for the Passover feast, smugly confident that they would have no further trouble from my disciples. And my disciples, those who followed me faithfully these years, for the most part, they had long since gone, scattered like frightened sheep, some back to their homes and the families they had left to follow me. Some had taken to the hills surrounding Jerusalem, fearing that now they would be wanted men, to be captured, even put to death as I was. They were confused, lonely, full of guilt and fear. Every negative emotion of hell dominated their minds. This would be the test.
How long has it been, Thomas? Do you think it's safe yet?
Safe? You must be kidding. There's no safety for us now, Matthew. We're wanted men. If we show our faces in the city again, we'll probably be tortured, even killed.
Oh, Thomas, don't say that. It can't be that bad.
No.
We haven't done anything wrong.
No. Neither did Jesus, and they took him.
What are we going to do? I can't believe this is happening. How long has it been, Thomas?
Will you stop asking me that? It's a moment since the last time you asked me.
What was that?
What was what?
No!
I didn't hear anything.
I did! Someone's coming! Quickly! We must hide!
Oh, great. We'll be caught for certain.
Quiet! Get down! Look! It's Peter!
Peter! Peter!
What? Who goes there? I'll fight you sword for sword.
It's me, Thomas, and Matthew.
Peter! Oh, thank God you're all right. Where have you been?
I don't know.
since I left the palace of the high priest.
Caiaphas?
That vermin? I knew he was behind this. What has he done with the master?
Let me go. I don't know. He found some men that testified against Jesus. They trumped up some charges. Treason. Blasphemy. I don't know. All I do know is I denied him.
You denied him?
Peter! How could you? I was sitting near a fire in the courtyard. Some woman thought she recognized me. But I told her she was mistaken. But she and her friends, they persisted. They wouldn't leave me alone until I denied him 3 times. Just like he said.
And what of Jesus, Peter? Did you see him?
They punished him. Then they beat him. Then they took him somewhere. I don't know. He looked at me. I couldn't face him, so I ran. And I've been running ever since.
Peter, wait. Don't leave us. Peter, we need you.
Matthew, Thomas. James, over here.
Where have you been? I've been looking for you for hours.
We've been
Are
here.
you all right?
Yes, but we've been here hiding ever since they took Jesus away.
Yes, John. Peter has seen the master, and they took him to Caiaphas.
I know, Thomas. I've seen him too. Is he hung on a cross? They've crucified him. No! Tell me it isn't so.
Come, we must go. If we stay here, we stand a chance of being caught.
Where will we go? What will we do? We can't go back to the city. They find us, they'll arrest us, and they'll kill us.
Matthew, that's a chance we'll have to take. We need to be together, to strengthen one another.
What good? What good will it do us now?
Come on, we'll go to my house. The others are waiting there for us now. But we must hurry.
Two days had passed since I had been arrested, falsely convicted, and crucified. My disciples had been reunited with one another again, huddled in fear in a small room on the outskirts of the city, still fearful, frightened, and confused. While most of Jerusalem continued the celebration of the Passover feast, my followers were unsure of what the future held for them. They had forgotten my promise that I had overcome the world. Meanwhile, another celebration was taking place, not visible to the human eye, a celebration of all that is evil. Satan and his demons rejoiced in their apparent victory. Death had triumphed. Its cold, clammy fingers wrapped tightly around the lifeless body encased in that tomb. Since the beginning of recorded history, before time began, Satan had long desired to destroy love itself, the very heart of God, the love that caused me to leave my Father's side and take a lesser form, a human form. Now he had killed that form. He had rid the earth of God incarnate. He had won, or so he thought. With all of his powers of deception, the father of lies had convinced the world and himself that I was a farce, a fool. But Satan could not see the ultimate goal. And now it was time. Time for the plan of the ages to be accomplished. Time for my Father's heart to be revealed, for creation to be reunited with Creator. It was time to lead captivity captive. Now, it was time. I am alive!
gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive and I'm forgiven. Heaven's gates are open wide. He's alive.
Like this, when Mary walked down from Jerusalem, and two angels stood at the tomb, parents of whom she would his food.
In mercy, in the earth rejoice to see you again. Over and over like summer underground, the earth seems to bow me its risen. Over and over like never-ending round he is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Was it a morning like this, when Peter and John went from Jerusalem, and as they raced toward the tomb, beneath their feet was there a tomb?
In the earth sing, in the earth rejoice to see you again. Over and over like a trumpet underground, the earth seems to bow me its risen. Over and over like a never-ending round he is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Over and over like a trumpet underground, the earth seems to bow me its risen. Over and over like a never-ending round he is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Is it a morning like this, when my Lord looked down on Jerusalem? He is risen. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
True, I tell you. I went to the tomb to anoint him with spices, but the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty.
The woman has been under a great deal of stress. We all have.
Now, Mary, someone must have stolen the body. It's the only logical explanation. That's right.
Yes, Mary, you know there was rumors that the Romans would hide his body from us.
No, it's true. As I knelt praying before the tomb, I heard a voice. I thought it was the gardener, but when I heard him call my name, I knew. I turned around and it was Jesus. He said I could not touch him because he had not yet been to the Father, but that he was going there, and you were to meet him in Galilee.
It's true. We've seen the empty tomb.
That doesn't mean he's alive. John, you yourself saw him crucified.
But don't you remember what Jesus said in the garden? That when it was finished and he rose again, we would meet him in Galilee.
Oh, come on. Let's not get carried away with some false hope. Peter, you denied him. And John, you saw him die. We can't go on living in some fantasy. We've got to get on with our lives.
But Thomas, I saw him.
Well, I have not. And unless I see the nail prints in his hands myself, unless I touch the wounds myself, I cannot accept this story. He's dead.
Believe what you will, Thomas, but we'll never know for certain unless we go to Galilee. Who goes with me?
I'll go with you, Peter.
I'll go.
You all taken leave of your senses? He is dead. But I will go with you just to be certain.
Although it had been more than a week since my resurrection, I had not yet been to the Father, for there was more yet to do here before my followers could receive the power of my Spirit. They were still hesitant to believe that I had fulfilled my own prophecy. The temple had been destroyed and rebuilt in 3 days. They still couldn't see the fulfillment of my promise to give them life and give it abundantly. They had not yet fully passed their test. They were standing together, but not of one mind. The debate continued as to whether or not I had risen, even though I appeared personally to several of them along the road to Emmaus, in their homes as they worshipped and prayed to the Father for guidance. Through all of this, their confusion continued until they arrived in Galilee.
Lord, it is you.
Peace be with you. Thomas, take my hand. Touch my wounds. Doubt me no more, Thomas.
My Lord, my God.
Soon my Spirit will fall upon you and endue you with power. Go and share God's love with every man, every nation. Tell them the good news. Let them know that I am risen. And do not be afraid, for in my name you will touch the sick and they will be healed. In my name you will cast out demons and destroy the works of Satan everywhere you go. And nothing that rises against you will succeed. Go now, that they may know, that they may believe. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. I am the root of David, the bright and morning star. I am the Lion of Judah. I am faithful and true. I am the Word I am alive forever. Amen. Amen. I am the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I am the only Holy Lord, God Almighty, which was and is to come. I am faithful and true. I am the Word of God Almighty, which was and is to come. I
This morning. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Praise you, Lord. Hallelujah.
What an exciting ending.